His episode contains racial humor, satire, and equal opportunity roasting. If you are allergic to nuance, irony, or jokes that don't come with a trigger warning, consider this your trigger warning. Everyone catches a stray here, so if you think I'm talking about your group ... I probably am. Relax, it's comedy, not Congress.
I'm black. I'm not sure if you realize that. I'm not even 50-50. I'm 75-20. So if Obama is black, then I can identify as black. And if The Rock, aka Dwayne Johnson, aka DJ, is considered black, then I'm black. And I'm pretty sure he identifies Simone more than he identifies as black. And if Kamala Harris is black, I'm definitely black. I'm saying this as a disclaimer. I know it's weird, especially if this is your first time watching any of my content. I gave you this disclaimer because I'm also conservative, which may offend you.
That's not true.
So what I'm basically saying is I am black and proud.
Ninja.
You know what's funny? When I was actually writing this script, we have this unspoken delusional social contract where white people are the only race that can't say I'm white and proud.
Shh, you have to be quiet.
It's funny to me because you won't find many YouTubers who will put their face out there and say I'm white and I'm proud. Besides maybe Nick F, but he's also like half Latino, so.
We invented everything. We invented all of it. We invented the modern world. We're the best.
I don't know what's going on with him. He just seems to be very confused. Anyways, it's just hilarious to me. Like, why can't they say that? Does it really mean that they're racist?
Yes, definitely.
No, it doesn't. That's so stupid. The crazy part is, it's white people themselves who made it a social construct. Think about it. I used to make fun of black people for constantly always believing that they're a victim because they're falling into the psychological warfare. But I also just realized that white people do it too. And it makes complete sense why everything now, and I mean everything now, sucks. Because it's true, most things are ran by white people who hate themselves.
You know, I'm Jewish and Irish. I wish I was black. Every white Jewish guy wishes he was black.
And they try to tell everyone else that they are a victim because of them. And then you want to throw some black people in there through the DEI program.
Such and such made $10 million. No, that's not that didn't make it to their account. Know that off the top, Uncle Sam is getting 50%. That's right. Okay? Because what does that mean? What is that telling me?
Program who have that victimhood mentality. And it creates a disaster. So it all makes sense. I don't want that type of cocktail. It's not a good mix. Please, reverse. Let's go back to the 90s where race relations look like this. Oh man, Diddy is in that picture. I'm pretty sure we all had somewhat of a Diddy in our friendship group, right? I'm saying all this because I'm trying to create a channel where I don't fall into typical stereotypes, because we're not all a monolith to the Republican Party. I'm not a Republican. I'm a conservative. I'm not a Democrat. I'm conservative. There is a difference. I'm also straight. Why was that clip put in there like that? I am straight. I swear. I'm actually saying all this because apparently there's a trend online called black fatigue, which means people are just sick and tired of this behavior.
And no onions! And like that sauce! Don't piss me off!
Here's the thing. We're all not like this. This doesn't represent all black people. It doesn't even represent majority of us. But what does seem, in my personal opinion, to be a monolith is how a lot of us see race in America, where we assume that every single time a story takes off that involves a white man shooting a black man, gunning down an innocent Christian black criminal, it's due to systematic racism perpetuated by years of oppression that many of us never even went through ourselves. And through this, it had this effect on our society where we seem to uplift bad behavior far too often. And today we're going to cover a story that kind of falls into this. Take a look.
It sounds like another situation from what I've been hearing of a black man being killed, being shot too many times. I heard that his hands was up.
Oh, this is like a shock. I'm just still in shock and disbelief.
Tensions are high after a morning filled with grief and confusion.
Did not pistol whip nobody.
It all happened so fast. Whatever injuries that man had, it did not come from Elijah. They were already so many feet away from each other.
Of course, we've seen this over and over. We rush to judgment too quickly based off of the idea that white people are killing us. Have you actually looked at the stats? Okay, I know, government bad, can't believe the stats. Yep, I heard it all already. Okay, what about your own neighborhoods? Which brings me to today's story with a twist. And to my surprise, I have to say, roll my intro first.
Here's to show.
Recently, there was another white on black killing that was trying to be pushed via algo starting on October 10th to cause some more division, of course. Because slavery. But we got to incentivize division. Otherwise, what are we going to be angry about? So apparently, Elijah Wilks, innocent black Christian man who was driving down the street, was sideswiped by an evil white man, and this vehicle incident led to the evil white man shooting Elijah while his hands were up. Take a look.
Fender-bender ends with shots fired.
One man is dead after a shooting involving an off-duty police officer. It happened this morning near 47th and Mill.
News Chapter 12 shows the aftermath of a violent Thursday morning near 48th and Mill Road. The police chief says an off-duty officer got into a minor crash with another driver. The two pulled over, and that's when Chief Jeffrey Norman says the driver pistol-whipped that off-duty officer and both exchanged gunfire.
A few moments later.
I did not pistol whip nobody. It all happened so fast. Whatever injuries that man had, it did not come from Elijah. They were already so many feet away from each other.
A few moments later.
It sounds like another situation of, from what I've been hearing of black men being killed, being shot too many times. I heard that his hands was up.
Now, if you look at the Google Trends, you can see that there was a drop-off starting around October 14th because luckily, and I mean luckily for him, he invested into a Dashcam. And this is what actually happened.
What are you doing?
As you can see, the cop who wasn't in uniform didn't swipe Elijah. Elijah swiped him. And in any normal situation, you would just be pissed off, pull to the side of the road, you would exchange insurance information, maybe even work something out where the cops don't get involved or the insurance won't get involved, because once you report some little small damage like that could maybe cost $200-300, next thing you know, your insurance would go up next year. I hate the insurance company, clearly. But there were many different options they could have taken. But Elijah chose violence that day by pistol whipping a cop. How do you think that turned out? That's right. It led to a shootout with the cop getting the upper hand and Elijah Wilks losing his life, unfortunately. And had the cop not had that dash cam,
Lordy, that would be really bad.
Maybe a couple of stores would have been looted, Al Sharpton would have shown up, BLM signs everywhere, who knows. But the Milwaukee Police Department did something that most police departments probably should start doing, which is release the footage immediately so we all, and I mean we all, get the full picture. And the cops did release the Snyder Cut. Speaking of Snyder Cut, the movie recommendation for today, this is kind of what I do on my channel. I always give a movie recommendation here because I love movies. I'm recommending the 90s classic, The Best Man. This is how most black people actually are. Watch The Best Man. Great movie. I love it. It's actually 3 movies, but just watch the first one. Love the first one. Great movie. You'll enjoy it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Now, it's been a long time since I've seen a situation like this where the family of the deceased immediately took accountability.
He does slap the off-duty officer with the firearm. The video does depict Elijah pointing the firearm at the off-duty officer, and The off-duty officer did respond what we believe in accordance with his training. He made a bad decision yesterday, and unfortunately, it came with dire consequences.
Wilks' mother was too distraught to speak, but other family members did.
I would also like to thank the Milwaukee Police Department for their transparency and their professionalism.
He made a decision that he should not have made.
Of course, this is a terrible situation. No one, and I mean no one, should lose their life over some stupid fender bender. And it's sad that this led to a life being taken, especially over something that could have been so easily avoided. And this is what I'm talking about when I say we've become this degenerate society to behave this way. And this is why you see black fatigue trending all over the internet. It's not racism, it's the lack of accountability and thinking that pistol whipping somebody like you're in a GTA simulation is okay. Look, I feel bad for Elijah's family, I really do. His mother, his father, cousins. I mean, hell, a parent shouldn't ever have to bury their child, ever, under no circumstances. Not to mention the cop who has to sit there with the fact that he took a life. That's going to be on his conscience forever. And I know the average person doesn't understand how it feels to take someone's life, but let me tell you, no matter the situation, it feels like shit. And it takes a piece of your soul away, and it's hard to describe or explain unless you experience it yourself. And it's not a good feeling. Whoa, I got way too deep there for a second. The dash cam saved this police officer's life, along with the quick reaction of him pulling his gun out before he got shot. We all know had the cop not had that dash cam, he would have just been another stereotype. White cop bad, white cop hunting down an innocent black man. And I hate to see consequences like this, but I hope people see this video, and I hope that people will reflect, because I'm glad to see that black folks are coming together on this one and being honest about what we saw.
Elijah Wilks unfortunately lost his life because he was being stupid. He allowed his emotions and his ego to be better than his logic and his common sense.
In life, for you to make it out here in this life, you're gonna have to be able to calm down and have self-control. You know what I'm saying? You never know who you may be running to, just like he didn't know that this was an officer, but even if it wasn't an undercover officer, it could have been anybody.
You often don't hear black family members saying that the shooting of one of their loved ones was justified, but in this case it was. And I think this case needs to be highlighted like we highlight all of the other ones.
I hate to say it, but he was wrong. The man that was killed was wrong. And if you go take a look at that video, pride and ego got in the way.
And we're literally saying we need to be accountable. I love seeing that. That makes me so proud. So lesson learned here is this. Not everything is racism. Not every single tragedy is a conspiracy. Sometimes it's just a bad decision that spirals into a worse one. Accountability isn't oppression, it's maturity. You want to fix the system? Start by fixing yourself. Start by fixing your community. Start by actually taking accountability. And I'm glad that I'm seeing that. You see that drop off right there, because you can't touch discipline. And you can avoid idiots who give you bad advice like this guy.
So I say perhaps people who are having to deal with this, the least of these, the citizens who are being scooped up, the American citizens who are being scooped up, perhaps they need to really figure out what the Second Amendment is really about and go out and do it legally and purchase some things, because you never know when someone's going to come to your house and knock on the door and try to take you away, even if you're an American citizen. And I know it's happening because I interviewed people in Chicago who it happened to, and I know that they're American citizens because I saw their passports, their government IDs, and their social security cards. And when you came to their house, you didn't want to see it. I'm just saying.
Really? Man, I can't stand Don Lemon. Like, Don Lemon was the Lemon of news broadcasting, hence the reason he got fired. And I really thought for the longest time he was just speaking whatever CNN told him to say in his earpiece. But then I realized, my God, this guy is really the lemon of everything that he does. And if you want to see me talk about Don Lemon, make sure you click on the next video after this. So before you march, before your hashtags, before you scream injustice, before you pick up arms like Donnie Boy's trying to tell you, maybe, just maybe, check the mirror first.